live. Let me know what you think. Put comments down here. I already see some guys putting some comments and stuff like that. And let me address some of the comments. And again, this is going to be a live stream that we're going to be doing today. I started uploading a video, and let me see. I think I'm good. I think I'm live. All right. All right. I appreciate everybody that is watching out there. Some of you guys are fantastic. I see Mateo. Appreciate that, and appreciate everybody that is there in the comments. I'm gonna address some of the comments in about a second. I decided to come here and do a live stream just to address some comments because a lot of times I kind of get into the comments, or I started getting into the live stream and I can't keep up with the comments. So I said today I'm gonna do an operator stream. You like how I called that, Mateo? I called it an operator stream. I am a YouTube operator, episode one, and we're just gonna come here and we're gonna talk about some of the things, and I'm just gonna address some of you guys' comments. So again, I appreciate that. So I got the comments ready. I got everything ready over here. Yeah, and I think I'm good to go. I don't know. Let me see. Let me put this to the side right here. Getting fancy with all this fancy stuff here, and here we go. All right. So again, if you enjoy the channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. I appreciate everybody that is subscribed and all that stuff. Make sure you share the videos. I definitely appreciate when you guys share the video, but most importantly, subscribe and stay tuned because we're posting like a ton of video. I just spent about an hour, pretty much a whole hour, doing videos. I recorded like 3 videos and I upload them, and now I'm gonna do a live stream. So again, I definitely appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel, and obviously if you want to become a patron and all that stuff, it's going to be down there. The patron link is going to be down there as well. So I definitely appreciate that. I think somebody gave me some money. Let me see. This shows here. Apologize about that. Just give me a quick second. All right, there. I got 2 sets of comments. I got the comments from YouTube, and I got the comments from Ecan, which is the system that I'm using to live stream. I didn't know if it was showing there. It does show in there. So now I could take this comments out of here. So now I can address some of the stuff. All right. So let me see who's out there. First of all, Mateo is out there in the house. Big shout out to Mateo, and a great supporter of the channel. Thank you so much, sir. Robinson is in the house. Hoorah, buddy. Hope you're doing good, and I hope you're having a great time. Mr. Doverfield is in the house as well. Man, I haven't seen you in quite some time. It's good to see you in the comments. Again, it's good to see you in the comments. So don't disappear on me. So he says, I am level 100 in Call of Duty. Does that make me a YouTube operator? Of course it does. Anyone could be a YouTube operator. All you have to do is start a YouTube channel and, I don't know, buy some guns. And I'm sure you've seen those guys here in the YouTube community. They think they are all that. RIP Donuts in the house. Hope you're doing good, my man. It's great to see you as well. Let me see who else is out there. All right, Tense is in the house. What's up, my man? Hope you're doing good. It is 20. Do you know where Okay, man. I'm here. I'm here. Take me a little bit. Take me a little bit. Edward Valdez. What's up, man? Hope you're doing good. I like that hat. Semper Fi to you, my friend. Shegui. Hopefully I say your name. Dios te bendiga a ti también, bro. Appreciate you being here. Let's see. All right, so if you guys got any comments, anything you guys want to put it in the comment section below. Any questions, anything that you want my opinion for whatever reason you want my opinion, put it down in the comment section below. I'm gonna try to address some of those things. Thanks, Mateo. Appreciate the 199. Is fantastic. The same thing with Prank Monkey. Appreciate it as well, my man. All right, let's see. Semper Fi, Semper Fi, hoorah. So, all right, so like I said, let me set up this real quick. We have about 12 people watching, and I definitely appreciate that. So, man, it has been a pretty crazy couple weeks. I've been posting pretty much a lot of videos, really a lot of videos, and I've been enjoying it a lot. There's a lot of stuff. I get sometimes kind of wrapped up with the content, and I don't know if this is something that some of you guys know or not, but I put all kind of different videos. And, sometimes I put videos about God, sometimes I put videos about prepping, sometimes I put videos about guns, knife, gear. I mean, all kind of different things. Sometimes I share videos that, things about Twitter that upset me, like I just, political issues and things like that. Some of you guys get really wrapped up around that stuff. A lot of times you guys enjoy a specific category of videos, and I get a lot of things like, well, you should just do gear reviews, or you should just do this, or you should just do that, right? And again, guys, put comments in the comment section below if you got any topic that you want me to talk about. But you know, like people don't get this. Like I don't, like I don't do YouTube because it's a business. I know a lot of guys have businesses here, right? A lot of guys make hundreds of thousands of dollars. By the way, there's some gun channels that are making over $100,000. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I don't do that. I'm a horrible business owner. Horrible. I wish sometimes that I could do better, but I really don't, because I really come here and I share things that I care about and things that I'm passionate about. So again, sometimes it's not a good business strategy to make a video about BLM or make a video about, political issues. That's just a horrible strategy for some people. It divides the community. People get harassed. Even God, talking about God, you won't be surprised. People get upset about me talking about God and things like that. But here's the reality. I have a job, right? I have a job. I go to work every single every 5 days a week. Obviously, last pay period, I worked over 100 hours. It was insane. It was really insane. But again, I mean, I like my job. I like what I do, and I come here just to share things that I'm passionate about. Yes, I do make money out of the channel, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I come here to share things that I'm passionate about. And sometimes people like the content, sometimes people don't like the content. Sometimes people get really upset about my content. It's okay. Don't watch. I mean, it's that simple, man. Don't watch. I don't know what to tell you. A lot of times I see the thumbnail and I'm like, dude, you're seeing the thumbnail. Why you click? If I'm talking about God and you see the thumbnail, why are you clicking the thumbnail? I'm trying not to be clickbaity, if you want to put it that way. So again, Davis in the house. What's up with you, brother? Hope you're doing fantastic. Tansy says, "How's your Roll King running, man? My Roll King is doing it. I mean, it's bringing a smile, man. It's bringing a smile to my face. I don't know what else to say, man. I'm loving it. I'm just loving it. The apes hangers that I put, the 16 inch, it's just phenomenal, man. It's just amazing, amazing. I mean, obviously, I have back issues. It helps so much with my back issues that it's just, I mean, it's beyond understanding. I didn't realize that it was gonna help me so much with my back issues. I mean, fantastic. Uh, the highway pegs that I put, which is just a minimum upgrade. All right, just some $40 highway pegs from eBay. Now the fact that I could put my hands up, stand straight, and put my legs, stretch my legs, man, it have changed my life. I just put. I'm sure you saw my video on the Saddleman Step Up saddle that I put on the bike. It's doing good. It's super hard, and I'm trying to like break it in. And I mean, I'm probably like 2 weeks or something. It's doing better. I'm getting used to it. It is getting a little bit hot. I don't know if there's something down there. Like a couple times, the saddle got really hot. I got a friend of mine that told me that the air, whatever, is supposed to escape out of the saddle, and maybe it's not doing it. So let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens with that. But I like the saddle. It looks good. It just looks fantastic, and I'm enjoying it. Overall, man, I'm gonna tell you, I'm loving, really loving the bike, and for the price that I pay, I'm not complaining at all, right? So let's see. David Wick says, prepare for November 4. Anything. Man, I'm thinking about, um, I'm just thinking about it, man. And here's the thing, man. Like, I tell people this all the time. Like, when you just normally prepare, it is really not any event that comes around. Probably the same thing happened to you. I'm sure the same thing happened to Mateo and some of you guys out there. It's kind of like, what do you got to prepare for? You already prepare. Like I'm good. Maybe I need to buy some water. Excuse me, a little bit more water, a little bit more food. You always need more water and more food, or you could always use more water and more food. Maybe I got to check on my gas and things like that. When it comes down to my preparation, because hurricanes coming here to Florida and things like that. But overall, I mean, I'm not concerned. I'm pretty good already. I mean, I got weapons, I got ammo, I got food, I got water. So I'm good. And this is the thing, some of you guys need to start preparing now. And like the ammo scare, right? People talk about the ammo scare all the time. Oh, well, there's an ammo scare. I can't find ammunition. There's companies out there charging tons of ammunition or tons of money for ammunition. I mean, I just went to SG Ammo and I was looking at some of the prices and I was like, man, it looks to me kind of high. And I was talking to Tactical Man about it, and Tactical Man was like, yeah, man, I remember when we used to buy this much for this price. And in fact, he was like, some of you guys are asking for gun reviews. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you crazy? You think we can afford to buy 500 rounds, 1,000 rounds, and put, 600 rounds down range in this? What was going on right now? No, man. I mean, no, that's the reality. I know some of you guys think that we should YouTubers need to entertain you. And in a way, we kind of entertain you. But I mean, I don't got that much money to blow 1,000 rounds of 9 mil at the range and spend hundreds upon hundreds of dollars in ammunition. It's just not doable right now, right? So, but like I say, the ammo is going out of control. But when you start preparing little by little, and we all know this, I'm preaching to the choir, but when you start preparing and, maybe a year, maybe 2 years from now, and eventually you go like, wow, I have the things that I need. And that's kind of what happens to me nowadays, like I don't, people flipping out about ammunition. I don't have a ton of ammo. I don't have thousands upon thousands, but I got enough. I got enough to, I mean, if I need more than that, I don't even. If I run out of ammunition, man, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know. I need to lower my life because after the amount of ammo that I have, if I need more than that, I mean, I don't even know where to start, right? So, again, start preparing yourself little by little. So, when you do that, and something happens, you already have it. And again, it's expensive. I mean, you can't buy five, six. I mean, full size pistol. An AR-15, maybe a concealed carry pistol. You're looking about a few $1,000s in firearms and ammunition and food and all that. That's not something that you just do. I don't have that kind of money. I'm sure you guys don't as well. So again, that's not something that we just could put right now. But if you start doing little by little, maybe by next year you have a lot of the stuff that you need. Not only weapons, we're talking about ammunition, we're talking about food, we're talking about water, we're talking about, flashlights, we're talking about even, you know what? I use this little radio sometimes around the house and things like that. And the hurricanes, I'm going to tell you, I know these little radios are crappy, but on hurricanes, being able to go into the other side of the house because a tree came down or something like that, these little radios were, helping me communicate with my family inside the house. Little things like that may help you out. So, again, preparation sometimes it's kind of crazy because we want to get prepared, and some of you guys are out there flipping out and trying to get stuff. Start little by little, and you may get somewhere at one point. Big shout out to Mateo. He says, "Smash the like." Appreciate it, Mateo. Sometimes I forget to say that stuff. Let's see. Mateo says, "Don't you love when people tell you what to do and how to run your channel?" It's amazing, man. It's literally amazing because I was talking to a friend of mine and I was saying this. if I don't like, I mean, I've been in YouTube for what, 7 years, right? August of 2013, and you being on YouTube for years upon years because we know each other here in the community for years by now. And if we surfing to channels and I don't like some channel or I don't like something, I continue with my life. I just don't waste my time, man. I really don't. Maybe that's just me. But I can't even think about the moment in my life. I don't even remember a moment where I criticized somebody or something like that. I just continue with my life. By the way, I barely watch gun videos. I watch motorcycle videos. I watch history channel, like a history videos, things like that. I love like motor vlogs where people go and visit some place. They stay camping, like moto camping or whatever they call them, and that's the kind of videos I like to watch. I don't like to watch gun videos no more. It's weird when I watch a video about a firearm, but again, when I'm looking at people's channel, I don't criticize them or I don't tell them what to do. And for whatever reason, some people think they are entitled to tell me what to do. And you know what? When I read the comments, I really don't care, man. Like you're not even affecting me. I just gonna continue with my life. It doesn't even face me. But really, at this point, I take advice from people that I call it like game, like skin in the game. And there's some of you guys out there that when you put a comment and you say something like, "Hey, man, I really don't like this," and again, I'm not talking about just giving feedback. I welcome feedback. I'm talking like haters. There's some of you guys that you put a comment and I may read it and be like, "Wow," like if Mateo puts a comment or Wix or Tansy, right? And I'd be like, "All right, maybe let me double check myself. Maybe I said something wrong." I try to be humble and I'm trying not to, be like whatever. I don't care. Of course I care. Some of you guys spend the time to watch my channel and you guys spend that time and you deserve for me to, read your comments and things like that. But I'm talking about the haters. Oh, why don't you allow people to curse in your channel? Majority of the time, I just don't allow that. I erase those comments, and people tell me things like, "Well, why you erase it? Don't you believe in the First Amendment?" What are you talking about, man? This is my house. I do what I want in my house. I don't tell you how to run your house, buddy. I really don't. So, again, yeah, Mateo, I got to tell you, man, it's frustrating sometimes when people want to tell you how to run your channel, and especially me, because I'm going to tell you right now, I really don't. I try. There's a lot of YouTube drama, and I try not to get in the drama with the other YouTube channels. But a lot of these YouTube channels, specifically, they criticize you and they attack you. And I usually, for some of the YouTube channels out there that actually produce content, I usually reply very simple and I said, "Tell me the last time I told you how to run your channel. I never tell you how to run your channel. So don't come and tell me how to run mine." So, for whatever reason, the Second Amendment people believe in freedom, but if you do something, they want to criticize you. It doesn't make sense to me. But let me keep going down here in the comments. Let me know. Put some comments down there. I appreciate you guys' support, and I'm gonna be answering some of you guys' comments. Here's the thing, man. Wick says, "I'm trying to do a press check to see if I am the only one getting a little extra preps in there." Dude, if you're talking about press check, like actually press checking a gun, that's such a debatable topic here in the community. Is people fight over this. But what's up, Richard? I'm glad to see you here, brother. It's just fantastic to definitely see you here. Dude, I'm gonna tell you, man, that motorcycle, man, I don't know what it is, but I think I got a good friend, Jason, and Jason is or a friend of work. Jason is like, I mean, the dude knows everything about Harley, man. And like I say, he was telling me that sometimes there is the saddle is supposed to have like escape route for the heat, and maybe the heat is getting there and it's not escaping. Because I'm gonna tell you, man, I drove from work to about, I don't know, like 5 6 miles, and I stopped at a red light, and I had to get up, man. Like I could not be sitting down no more. I don't know if I left the motorcycle in the sun, and the step up saddle, man, it's not leather. is vinyl, marine vinyl. Maybe the marine vinyl gets harder. I don't know if you know. Put it in the comment section below. But I'm telling you, man, I got up, man. My butt was like burning. I just couldn't take it no more. It was kind of funny. But let's see. JED says, "Hey brother, how do you feel about the NFAC shooting themselves again?" Here's the only thing I'm gonna say. This is the only thing I'm gonna say. I haven't addressed this. I seen the videos. Black Scout Survival had done videos and things like that, and I seen the videos, and I just haven't addressed that, man. Because here's the thing: I'm not addressing any group that is based on race. That's it. That's where I'm gonna leave it. If the group is based on the color of my skin, we don't go there. And I'm in a minority. I'm, born in Cuba, an immigrant. English is my second language. I came to this country to at the age of 14 for a better life with my family, and I love being an American. I served in the Marine Corps. You guys know that. But I'm gonna tell you, I don't play none of that minority stuff. And if a group is based on race, that's it. You lost me right there. To me, any group that is based on race is a supremacy group. It could be white people, it could be black people, it could be Cubans, it could be Hispanic. If your requirement is for you to be a specific race, I mean, I think that's just racist in a way. So that's why I haven't addressed it, because I really don't care. I mean, when I see stuff like that and I see that, I'm like, okay. And it's just silly to me. So I have not addressed that, and I really don't think I will neither, because, like I said, it's just kind of silly to me. If you want to have a militia to defend a nation against domestic terrorists, or against terrorists, or against something bad around a nation, and we are Americans and we want to get together to protect our nation, I'm all about that. I just told a friend of mine, when you see a militia, a friend of mine was like, well, I don't like the militias. And I said, well, the militias are not really supposed to be there. If you see a militia, it's because the government has failed us. They fail to do their job. That's why you see the militia there. Why are they there? It's because the government has failed to do their job. So again, when people say, well, they shouldn't be there, well, then the government should do their job. Obviously, those people felt that the government weren't doing their job, that we pay them taxes for, and they had to step up and do something about it. I mean, so when you see the militia, in my opinion, it's a failure of the government. So again, I don't subscribe to that philosophy, man. I don't like it. I really don't like it. And I mean, for what I've seen so far, you just see a bunch of guys that are now well trained, playing with guns, and when you play with guns, you may get shot. I mean, that's just how it is. Yeah, you said it, David. All right, let's see. And Mateo says heavy duty country cover today. Yeah, yeah. And here's the thing I'm going to tell you, because David mentioned this, airsoft body armor. It is a joke. Yeah, I mean, a majority of these people, and I'm not talking about this group specifically, I'm talking about what we're seeing nowadays, right? What we're seeing nowadays in our country. And I know a lot of guys are saying, oh, we're going into civil war and this and that. But what we're seeing is a joke. These people, and David was in the Marines, Mateo was in the Marine, Richard was in the Air Force. I mean, there's a lot of military guys here, and we know this people that we are seeing looting and burning down communities and making all these shows are really not well trained, are really not prepared. They really have no idea, zero idea what it is to fight. Like when you see them, you're like, really? You think you're gonna be able to do that? Like he said, David says right here. He says, wearing airsoft body armor, and even wearing that weighs nothing. That doesn't weigh anything. They're passing out because they're out of shape. So again, some of these people that you see some of these people that are doing these crimes are doing it for one simple alone. One simple reason alone is the fact that they are being allowed to do that. That's it. They're being allowed. The government is allowing people to destroy our communities. Get this right. The government is allowing people to destroy our community because they have the right to stop that, and they have the right to do what is supposed to be done to protect our community. Our governor down here in Florida, he just proposed a law that is trying to be passed. I'm not sure if it was passed or not, but essentially he was like, we ain't playing this game. You do something stupid, and you're going to go to jail. I love our governor. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your work to our state. And you know what? We voted for him. So I appreciate that, right? So again, these people are doing this because the government is allowing them to do it. Because the moment the government says, dude, you're done. You're done burning our communities. You're done attacking our houses, our communities, and you're done doing this silly stuff. They're done. I mean, you see it all the time. You see a bunch of guys protesting and committing crimes, and cops show up there, and boom, done. When cops they don't care. They're going to show up there and reestablish order. They're going to reestablish order. But for whatever reason, these democratic cities are allowing these people to destroy our community. I mean, the state has the right to call the National Guard. If they call the National Guard during a riot, it's done. These people are going to go to jail. If they come out and they say, look, if you break curfew and we get you stealing, we're going to pull you automatically in jail for 2 years, this thing is over. People are going to go home because none of these people are willing to put skin on the game. They're just taking advantage of the situation. They're stealing, they're harassing people, and they're not doing anything that they're supposed to do. Look at this. I'm gonna see if I could share this with you guys. Yeah. Let me share this with you guys. I just made a video about this. I'm gonna show you a portion here just because we're talking about this. So if you see this video later on, in the Jarhead 6 channel, you know what it was, right? You really know what it was. Here it is. This is BLM right here. BLM activist destroying a Hispanic child birthday. Wait a minute. Let's take a break here. I thought they were supposed to be for racial, fighting for the racial equality or some crap. I thought that's what they were supposed to be doing. The Hispanics. And this is, by the way, Wicks, this is in Houston. This is around your area, I believe, you in Texas. So let's play this out right here. Look at this.
Excuse me. Okay.
Hey.
Move your stuff.
Move your stuff.
Hey.
Like, who do these people think they are? This family here, this Hispanic family, you see a little baby, a little kids in the back. You see a bouncing house. They're trying to have a good time. They're trying to celebrate. And this BLM activist is like, move your stuff. Move it. Like, who do they think they are? This is so disrespectful. But wait, I thought they were protecting our brown communities. Okay.
They already said I can move it, so I really don't care about y'all twice. So, y'all gonna move y'all shit? Are y'all gonna move y'all shit?
Hey, careful.
No,
Hey,
okay. Then move your
already
stuff.
did already,
Then move your stuff.
Then get up.
Then move your stuff. That's fine.
Wow.
There we go.
Okay, that's okay. Levántese.
I already did.
I mean, think about this, guys. Think about that family, that kid that is his birthday. That's what he got. That's the harassment that he got. The lady was like, get up in Spanish. Get up. Call the cops in Spanish. It's insane. These people don't care about you. These people are harassing our community. These people are terrorizing our community. It's not about, equality or anything. It's about terrorizing our way to life. That's not okay. That is just not okay. So, but again, I don't really subscribe to any philosophy or groups that is based on race. If a bunch of Cuban guys come here and be like, hey, Fabian, you were born in Cuba, you're just like us. I'm like, no, dude, we ain't playing this game. We're really not playing this game. So that's just me. Let's see. Yeah, I was talking to Tactical Man about this ammo scares, man, and some of these companies, Mateo, they're charging so much money. It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. But it is what it is, man. It's not much we can do. Excuse me. Go ahead and make sure you subscribe to Richard. Richard starting to put videos, and that's awesome, man. That is awesome. I'm gonna let know Tactical Man that you have an EDC video. Respond to him. Yeah, man. I know. I know the internet could take quite some time. I pay extra money to have better internet just so I could do YouTube videos. This thing actually costs money sometimes. Let's see. When times are good, yeah, you're right. Let's see. Tansy says CMP has still have ammo at decent prices. That's just fantastic. Two Feather channel. Good to see you here, sir. I always appreciate your comments and all that stuff. It says you hear about the latest ATF pistol brace issue. I have not heard about that. Maybe I need to figure it out because man, this thing has been such a pain on the butt, man. Really has. And I'm gonna tell you right now. I know some of you guys. I know some of you guys like the pistol or the small the pistol configuration or the AR-15 because it's smaller. I see a lot of good things about it. Obviously, smaller is easy to maneuver. I mean, for home defense situation, you have a nice AR pistol that you can move around your house and all that stuff. So I totally get that. Again, if I have the choice, I will have one too. But for the pain in the butt that you get over those things, I'm gonna tell you, I never even got into it because my AR-15 does just fine. Does just fine. I could maneuver the AR. I could move the AR around. I could do all many great things. So I really don't really haven't had the need to have an AR pistol on a brace. I just really haven't. But that doesn't take away that I would agree to any gun control or any gun issues. I don't agree to none of that stuff. Obviously, I believe all that stuff is unconstitutional and a waste of money, and they're just trying to take our money. But nevertheless, I never got into it because, my AR-15, I do just fine. So for the stuff changing all the time and having to keep track of that and maybe breaking the law because some guy set up something different. I've been sticking around with my AR-15 and it's doing just fine. But yeah, I haven't heard about it. If you have a link or anything like that to anything that is going on, put it in the comment section below. I'm sure that if I go into YouTube and I start doing some research and stuff like that, I'm sure I'm gonna hear about it. Every gun channel is probably talking about it. I just haven't been on YouTube that much today. David Wick says the only thing I've been shooting is 22 LR. Man, my somebody that I know got a 22, and I just gave him a bunch of 22 rounds, and I still have 22 from 6 years ago. Whatever it has, we had that ammo scare that everybody was flipping out about it, and people were just flipping out. I bought a bunch of 22. I still have it. So let's see. Let me see. Uh, Doverfield has a good point. He says, I'm just playing Call of Duty instead of using more ammo. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not a bad idea. I should play Call of Duty with my son. Uh, yeah, David Wick says, if you run out of anything, there will be bigger problems. You're right, bro. You're absolutely right. Oh man. But if I run out of anything, there will be issues with me, but there will be issues all over the place. All right, let's see. All right. CIUI3SS, welcome to the stream, man. I hope you're doing fantastic. Says been prepping since Obama. Got it. I mean, makes sense, It totally makes sense, And again, if you're a new guy prepping, start doing it. Don't go crazy. Don't flip out about it. I was just talking to a friend today at work, and I'm like, man, you don't have to be crazy about it. You don't have to go into this crazy stuff. You could just do it little by little. Trust me, little by little. And I was just talking about if you guys been with me for a long time, I store 30 pounds of rice or something. I store a bunch of rice. I think it was 120 pounds in total, like 5, 6 years ago. I think it was 5 years ago. And I opened it in camera a couple months ago here. I'm still eating from that. So again, eating for 5 year old rice, that's pretty good. That's really pretty good. Um, let's see. Mateo says the only ammo I've been buying has been 6.5 Grendel. Being good at 940, 45, 308, 556, and X39. Okay, got it. All right. Oh gosh. Mateo is the kind of guy that you want to have living pretty close to you. Good friend. Mateo is a good friend to have. Very good friend to have. Uh, uh things are getting. Yeah. I was just talking about this with Katico, man, when 9 mil was so cheap, man. And it's always like that, man. You know what? It's elections coming up. There's going to be issues. We've been through this. We've been through this already, and we know what the deal is. We understand that it's just going to be like that. Just prepare yourself little by little. Don't flip out about this. No need for you to go and buy a bunch of crazy stuff and go broke. All right, just little by little. We'll be all right. Trust in the Lord. All right, let's see. All right, Two Feather Channel says company called Q is being forced to remove pistol brace off their AR pistols, or the ATF would find them and make the SVR. Oh wow, it doesn't. The thing about here's the thing that has been the issue with the ATF for many years, and you know this, and we all know this. And it was the same issue we had the last time. The ATF apparently is in the business or believe that they could make a law. They believe that they have the power to make law in some kind of way. So they're watching the law or they're reading this definition and they're making their own law. And that's the issue that we have last time, right? Last time when we had the whole brace and all that, they decided, oh no, it's illegal. You can't shoulder that. You can't shoulder the brace. And then what? Several months later, 4 or 5 months, who knows? They were like, oh, you could do it. Because they're reading the law and they're interpreting the law however they feel like. Maybe whenever you have a different boss, they change their definition or interpretation of the law. And it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't not be that way. They don't make the law, right? So they should just follow whatever law is in place, and that's about it, and enforce that. So it's now no confusion with regular people. So I'm not surprised that they're switching now. I mean, they've done it multiple times already. We know that. So I just don't understand how they can say, force people to do something when the brace is supposed to be something that is legally allowed to put in your AR pistols. I just don't know it. They approve something or they say, okay, this is okay, and then they say this is not okay. I mean, I don't know. It's frustrating for the gun owner. It's frustrating for the people that are there spending money on this because, like I say, you buy a system that may cost you $1,000, excuse me, and then you make a decision that this thing is not legal. So what does that mean? Does that mean that I have an illegal weapon? Am I going to go to jail now if I don't pay $200? And then guess what? A lot of you guys are watching gun content and hearing YouTube and things like that, but regular people don't do that. Again, let me take it back. A lot of people don't do that. So you may buy an AR pistol. They changed the law. Now you have to pay $200 of tax stand or SVR or something like that, and you have no idea. And a year later, you get pulled over or something, and you may go to jail for something that you have no idea. And they will tell you, well, you should have known better. It's insane. All right, let's see. Uh, just said, I feel richer. Finally, just got a new job. Being off since February because yeah, yeah, that sucks, man. People, man, here's the thing, man, and I know me and Richard have talked about this in the phone. Maybe we talked about this. I know we have talked about this in the past. Uh, but we need to. We always think about preparation and we think about guns, 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 ammo, ammo, the cool stuff. But just like here, living debt free, and I know it sucks, but sometimes living debt free is so good. Like I have no debt, right? I have debt, like many people. Like I own a house or the bank owned the house, whatever, for the next 20 plus year we have to pay in this house. So again, things like that, it's not like you have, a couple hundred thousands of dollars to just pay for a house. Or at least I don't. So, vehicles and things like that. And sometimes, I mean, not saying that that debt is good to have. Definitely not good to have. I mean, I don't like having debt, but sometimes it happens. You have to buy a decent car, and you're gonna have to refinance the car or finance the car because you can't afford to pay, $25,000 for a car. But there is so much debt out there that sometimes we acquire that we could just work on that, and that's something that I actually did. I want to say like 2 years ago, or maybe a year. I don't know. It's been a while already. And we worked into me and my wife and all that into like not have debt and paying things off, and we did. Like no furniture debt, no this, no that, no credit cards that are charging you crazy amount of percentage. And if I mean, obviously this is something that is difficult to do, but if you get it to do that, I'm telling you, man, you're gonna feel good. You're gonna feel so good about it because no longer you becoming a slave to a credit card. No longer they charging you, so much money on interest rate and all that. And then, if obviously if you lose your job or something like that, you won't have that many bills to cover. Again, something that is difficult to do. I know we're living in a society where it's okay to have debt, but if you work hard, you may get to that point. And again, it took a while. Um, let's see. Jed said, "Too many trolls out there, out in the world nowadays, man. Tell me about it, dude. I have a I have a YouTube channel." Tanzi said, "Nice to have a channel without a lot of cursing." I tried not to, man. Actually, I don't think I have. I mean, obviously, I don't. I mean, I try to stay away from that, and it's crazy because I'm gonna tell you, man. This is the interesting thing. A lot of times, people want to like talk to you and tell you things like, "Oh, you think you're better than anybody else," or "You think this," or don't you know this," or "Don't you know how to say this," or cursing and this and that. And I always find it kind of funny, man, in a way, because I'm like, I know what it is to curse. I spent 11 years, 5 months, and 20 days in the Marine Corps. I made it to the rank of Staff Sergeant in the Marine Corps. I know what it is to drink, like, drink a lot. I know what it is to curse. I know what it is to do a lot of things. I mean, there's no surprise. Sometimes people want to be like, "Oh, you're a Christian, man. Don't you want to do?" I know that. I got the T-shirt. I just got it. I done that. I know what it is to go to bars. I know what it is to go to all these places. I know what it is to do all those things. I don't need people to explain it to me. Sometimes people want to explain, oh, Fabian, you think you're better than me because you don't want to do this? I'm like, man, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you I don't want to be part of it. But, good luck. Have a great time. If you need a ride because something happened, call me. I may give you a ride. But a lot of times people attack me and attack, like, "Oh, don't you want to, oh, you think you're," but no, man, I just don't want to do it. I done that. I got the t-shirt. I know what it is. I'm just trying to seek something else nowadays. And at least my decision to follow the Lord and follow what he says. And a lot of times I make mistakes and a lot of times I fail and a lot of times I do things that I shouldn't do, or I get angry, or I say the wrong thing, or I may curse, or whatever it is. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm like, Lord, thank you for the second chance you gave me. I mean, because we serve a God of second chances. And it's okay to make a mistake, but it's not okay to be consumed by that. So, like I tell you, I shared this in the past, it was okay for, if you, I don't know, if you want to drink a glass of wine or drink a beer, but it wasn't okay to act like a fool being drunk all the time. So sometimes people want to come here and try to say, oh, why don't you allow cursing? Why don't you do this? Man, I'm not telling you what to do, man. You do whatever you want, but this is how I'm going to run the channel. If you want to be part of it and you want to have an intelligent conversation and you want to have, like, talk about preparedness, talk about things that may be good, I already talk about topics that are pretty heated. If you want to talk about those things with respect, let's talk about it. If you want to curse this, curse that, curse this, I really don't care, bro. You got to go. And I will block you, and I just don't care. And I'm not impressed. Like I say, I spent 11 years in the Marines. Trust me. Hanging out with Marines, they're pretty hardcore. So I'm not impressed. Let's see. This is what I was saying when Mateo says first applies to the government. Congress should pass no law on your property. You have the right to now want certain elements or attitudes present. Yeah. Let's see. People who take comments. Feedback are for people who take the comments to the learning experience, take it or let it go. Yeah, yeah. But remember this. There's a difference about feedback and just straight out being a troll. And that's what we see here sometimes. It's okay to be like, hey, man, the microphone is a little bit too loud. Now, I'm not a subject matter expert on gear, right? I'm going to tell you, I just spent $800. $800, let's see, on extra equipment. Look at this. Let's see. So now I could do this. Look at this. You see that? I spent $800 to be able to do that. Now I could show you a flashlight. So now I could switch here, switch back, all that stuff, right? I could add up more cameras. I actually have a camera hanging in the ceiling, right? So again, I just spent $800 to do that. I bought the same camera that I have right here. That was $448. I got it in special. It was $100 less. I spent $300 in a mixer. So you got $300. You got $450. You got $500. At least in this one, this microphone was like $200. You have audio's interface here because I'm starting a podcast, by the way. So we trying to get equipment, and some of this equipment is I'm a private Marine. I don't do this for a living. So all this is learning. So it's good to send feedback and be like, hey man, what's the deal with the microphone and all that. What is not good is to be a troll. You're gonna be trolling people here? Nah, we ain't playing that game. Let's see. All right, let me see who else. If you guys got a comment, put it down in the comment section below. Uh, Jet said you have to cover the seat on your bike when you leave your bike parked. It helps out a lot. Yeah, man. I actually moved the bike from the place that it was and I put it on the shade, and it did help out a lot. That's something that I'm trying to do as well. Yeah, Mateo's saying the same thing. I definitely have to, man. Uh, my life. Welcome to the channel, man. I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you. It says, have you seen the communist Gavin Newsom new laws? I have not. I need to check it out. I have not, my man. Uh, we go to let's see. Okay, here's what Mateo says. I will argue that people have failed because they didn't hold their officials accountable to bad policies. Yeah, no doubt, man. I definitely agree with you. If your representative is not representing you the best way possible, yeah, yeah, no doubt, bro. Really, no doubt. If your representative that you voted for is doing something, because the thing about it is that a lot of these guys represent you, or they run a campaign on a specific thing and then they go crazy. They want you to do some weird stuff, right? So again, yeah, no doubt about that. If your representative is not holding the promises that he promised, or is not representing you in the right way on a new issue, call him up. Hold them accountable. Even if you know there's a law. How many times we have done this? There's some type of gun law coming up, and we call them up and be like, no, man, we don't agree with that. Just to let you know, I know you're going to be voting on this thing, but just to let you know, we don't agree with that. And yeah, we have to hold them accountable for it. And what I have learned, this is something that I have learned from COVID-19, is that our local politicians are so important. So important. Just here, you guys know how I feel about this mask situation. Just here, we're being forced to wear a mask, and we're being forced to do things that I just pretty much didn't want to do. To me, that's just not okay, man. I never want to force you to do anything that goes against you. I never want to force you to wear anything that I don't want you to wear, that you don't want to wear. But apparently, some of you guys agree that we should be forced to wear things in our faces that we don't want to wear. But I'm going to leave it at that. I know I've been kind of like, kind of crazy, or talk a lot about this mass things. Mr. Doverfield says, why do popular gun channels ignore Second Amendment? I don't know, man. Sureties that give handguns a vet. I mean, here's one thing that you got to understand, man. Some of these channels are businesses. Don't get this wrong. Some of these channels are paying mortgage with the YouTube channel. So they are very careful who they talk to. They are very careful who they support, because it is a business, right? And I mean, it is what it is. We live in a free country. If you want to run your YouTube channel as a business, go for it. I make money out of the YouTube channel. I have to claim taxes on it, right? I pay taxes on the YouTube channel. So again, in a way, it is run as a business, but some guys are very, very particular, because they're paying their mortgage and they're paying the salary. To me, this is something that I do on the side. I enjoy it. I love it. And you know what? I get a couple $100 a month. I'm pretty happy with it, but I have a regular job. Some of these gun channels don't do that. Some of these gun channels actually pay their bills with the money. When I was demonetized for 45 days, I was demonetized. What happened? Nothing. I continued to make videos because I like making videos, right? And, it sucked, because now I don't get barely any money. I got money from Patreon, but that's about it. But it wasn't like, oh my God, I can't pay my car bill. No, because I have a job. But some of these gun channels, they do that. So they may be really careful how they get, in touch with and things like that. And, here's the thing that maybe you don't realize this. Some of these gun channels don't have the time. I have a regular job. I work all the time. I make videos. Sometimes a lot of people send me emails. A lot of people put comments. I just don't. I'm a one-man operation. It's just me. So a company may get in touch with me. I just don't even have the time to review the company. So it's just me. I have regular job. I have regular responsibility. I got to take my kids to the doctor. So, yeah, you may think that, oh, the guy has 61,000 subscribers. We passed 70 million views, but it's just me. You know what I'm saying? It's just me. You just don't have the time to be part of everything. So, let's see. Richard says some of the militias have no discipline. I hate that they are the ones that gets the media attention. Yeah, I mean, yeah, some of this, you're right. The discipline has been very, very, you could see it. And probably the reason why there have been so much neglection and things like that is the lack, or NDs, the lack of training and the lack of discipline is probably going to be the reason why. Let me see. All right, let me look at some of the comments here. Yeah, like the video. If you like this type of videos, I appreciate it. Obviously, if you want to support the channel, you can always become a patron. Bam! right there, and you can subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Share the videos. I definitely appreciate when you guys share the videos and all that stuff. Um, yeah, I mean, Two Feather Channel says, "Hey, hate groups." I mean, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Yeah, I mean, if we could argue this all day long, if you're part of a group that is based on race alone, you could pretty much say that you could be potentially a hate group because if I come there to join you and you tell me no, why? Do you hate me? So again, I don't agree with this stuff, man. I really don't. I really don't agree with this groups that are based on race. I don't like it. Uh, Look, David says this. I like what David says. Um, Races. I am half black. I don't buy any of this stuff. The one thing that they are having common is picking on weak and not having accountability. Yeah. I mean, think about it. The same thing with me, man. I'm Hispanic. I came to this country at 14. I learned how to speak English. I have all those requirements. Like, I don't even know where my dad lived. Who knows with that guy? I haven't seen that guy in like years. I think like 8, 9 years by now. But here I am. I joined the service. I work. I'm trying to give my family a better life. My Father in heaven. I follow His guidance as much as I can. Um, so yeah, man. Sometimes you just got to do things, man. You can't get stuck in the victim mentality. And I hate, man, I don't like when politicians want to tell me that I'm a victim. I don't like it. I really don't like it when politicians attend to make me feel like I'm a victim because I'm Hispanic and I'm an immigrant to this country. I am not a victim, and guess what? My childrens are not a victim neither. And my childrens are Americans and they're going to work hard to have a better future. That's just how it's going to be. I hold my kids accountable to it. So, all right. Uh, uh, Yeah, and again, Wick says 99% of the cases this protest about all have one thing in common, having accountability for the actions. Man, like I say, I can't wait into the government says that's it, you're done, and they put law and order back in stuff. And I think just like Jed, I don't know how to say your name, Mock, MOK say here, I'm tired. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this too, man. Oh, let's see. hmm I don't know the whole detail or how the shooting happened for this group. I mean, I know it's the second time somebody gets shot, and they have done what, 3 walks or something, 3 formations. So maybe 3 or 4. So out of like 3 or 4, if it's 3, 2 people got shot out of 3. 2 got shot. That's a pretty bad percentage right there. Uh, but again, I don't know the details on it, what happened, how the guy got shot. But well, we know that the guy that was holding the gun was a felon, so he wasn't supposed to have a gun. That's why he got arrested. Um, ah, Mary's in the house, says hello, famous YouTube operator, for another famous YouTube operator. Big shout out to Mario Mozine. Go and check out his channel. And he just retired from the army. How does it feel, man? How does it feel to be a civilian? You could just wake up whenever you want to until you get another job. But unless you're not going to get another job. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the army retirement is better than the Marine Corps retirement. But if not, how does it feel just to relax, not having to deal with no nonsense and just being free, like a sign of freedom? No more physical fitness tests, no more weigh in to make sure you're not overweight or something. Man, I used to hate doing those weigh in. No more, for me, Staff Sergeant, what are you doing? Or where you? I want to go visit my family. Well, make sure you fill this paperwork. No more none of that nonsense. Make sure you put a leave request. Man, those things is over. No more getting called by the sergeant major to explain why one of your Marines, or in your case, one of your soldiers did something wrong. No, man. Like, how come that devil dog did that? I don't know, First Sergeant, Sergeant Major. I don't know. I mean, freedom, man. Freedom. Love it, man. I'm glad you made it. And you know what? Thank you for serving our country. It's just fantastic. I really appreciate it. Let me see. Oh, let's say those AR pistols are limited in velocity, ammo decrease because of the short barrel. Yeah, I mean, only good for home defense and all that. I mean, the I I I mean, there are so many guys out there getting good velocity and getting, doing great things with AR pistols, no doubt about that. But my point to this is simple, man. Like I mean, I never got so much into it. Me in particular. I mean, I would never agree to giving away our guns, and don't ever agree to that because the reality is that they want to disarm the American people. And when they talk about compromising, they always be like, "You got to compromise." Well, compromise mean that I give you something, you give me something in return. When you just want my gun rights and you're not giving anything in return, you're not. I'm not compromising. You're screwing me over. That's what it is. But so again, I will hold into the AR pistols as much as I can. But personally, I mean, I don't. It doesn't do anything to me. My ARs do just fine, and I'm good with that because, like I said, the ATF could change something. Like now you can shoulder your AR pistol, and now you got to deal with that nonsense. They did it a couple years ago. They were like, you can't shoulder the AR pistol, and you see everybody like doing one of the silly things where they put the face right there. And again, like now we are regulating how you use your firearm. You can't shoulder an AR pistol. Well, can you hold your pistol with two hands? I mean, do you only hold it with one? I mean, we're regulating how you shoot a firearm. It's just silly. So again, I really don't care too much about the AR pistols. And they really never had a need to get one. I'm just fine with the AR, regular AR, because I can maneuver that gun and I can use that gun just fine. Uh, but I would never give away my rights away. Michael says, Fabian, do you have any AKs? No, I do not, sir. And the reason why is because I don't like AKs. Wow, I just lost a bunch of people. It's like, what? You don't like AKs? Unsubscribing, unsubscribing. I just don't care about AKs, man. They tend to be heavier. Obviously they have a bigger round, so that means that it's just a heavier low. Less round, more heavy. I mean, obviously they hit harder. But nowadays, with proper technique and knowing how to use an AR-15, you're fine. I've never been a fan. That's it. Little brother has an AK-47. My brother-in-law, I call him little brother, and we shot it, and it has been fun. I shot AKs with Tactical Man. Has been a lot of fun. I mean, it's not something that I dislike. I guess I mean I don't like it that much, but it's not something that I'd be opposed. Maybe if I one day I find a good deal, I'll buy one. But what I try to do is that a lot of my guns are really designed for self-defense. So I got an AR, my wife has an AR. So I want to make sure that I have that compatible, right? If I had to share magazines, if something breaks or something like that. My wife has a Glock 19, I got a Glock 17. So we have a lot of those systems that are compatible and that work with each other. I don't want to have my wife with an AR and I have an AK. It just doesn't share a lot of the things. So yeah, but AKs are great guns, man. No doubt about that. Ghost says, is marriage dying? No, marriage is not dying, brother. No, dude, absolutely not, brother. I love my marriage. I love my marriage. I love my wife. I love my family. I love everything about it, man. You know what's happening right now? What's happening? I'm gonna tell you this very quick. What's happening right now is that we're walking away from the Lord. Don't walk away from the Lord, the good Lord Almighty, the Creator of the universe, the Creator of everything. Everything you see, the things that you don't see. Everything was created by our Lord Jesus Christ. And marriage is biblical. A man will leave his family and become one in flesh with his wife. It's biblical, man. No, marriage is not dying. Marriage is not going to die because marriage was put in place by the good Almighty. And I'm going to tell you what, you can trust the good Almighty because the word says, I do not change. God doesn't change. Your friend will change. The government will change. Your buddies will have different opinions, but God doesn't change. Marriage is biblical. So marriage is not dying. What we need to have is people that seek the Lord. And when you meet that girl that you love with all your heart, you need to make a commitment that she is the one. You see, when I made a commitment to my wife, not only I made a commitment to my wife, I made a commitment to the Almighty God. I will love my wife. I will respect my wife. And then I work into it because, again, there's always issues, right? It's not as simple as I make it seem. Marriage may be a difficult thing, but you have to work hard on it, right? And you got to seek God. You got to seek God constantly. And God, through His Spirit, would help you have a nice marriage. If you base your marriage on God, you're going to have a successful marriage. Because I'm going to tell you, God says, I am love. So you want to love your wife, you got to know about love. God says, I am love. You want to have a good relationship, you have to have forgiveness. If you don't know our good Lord Jesus Christ, how He forgave me of my sins, how are you going to forgive your wife? So again, you got to know the Lord. Marriage is not dying. Marriage is a biblical thing, prescribed by the good Almighty, the good Lord. Marriage will be here until He makes a decision that we won't be here. However He's going to run with that, it is what it is. But marriage isn't going nowhere. So, I don't know. I don't know if I made my point on that. No, man. You know what? There's still people out there. Put in the comments if you love your wife. And if you're ashamed to say that you love your wife, there's something wrong with you. You need to change that. There's nothing about being a man. You don't have to be like, oh, I'm a man. There's nothing manly about not loving your wife, disrespecting your wife, attacking your wife, not putting your wife in her place as just like first God, then your wife. There's nothing wrong with that. Put your wife, if you're a man out there, put your wife to the level where she's supposed to be. God says she is your helper. He said if you have a good wife, you have been blessed. So, yeah, disregard everything that you're seeing out there. Disregard what this place is saying. Remember this, guys. The good Lord says it's in the Bible. We got to read the Bible so we can understand what He says and His desire for our life. The good Lord says if you are a friend of this place, if you are a friend of this planet, you are an enemy of God. Because God understands and God knows that this place is messed up. He created a perfect place. We messed it up. That's why He says don't be friend with the planet, with the word, right? Don't be friend. Be a friend of God. You cannot serve two masters. Either you're going to serve the devil or you're going to serve the Lord. Marriage is not dying. Marriage is amazing. I love my wife. It's the most amazing thing that I have. My biggest blessing is my marriage. So, anyways, I went in a rampage there. All right, guys. I got to go. I got to go. It's time to go. It's time to go and do things. Mateo said, wait, there was cursing in the court? We know that. Yeah, I heard. That's awesome, man. I apologize if I didn't read your comments. I tried to read as many comments as I can. Trust no one. Says trust no man. You got right about that, man. Trust no man. There we go. David says, peace, brother. It's wife time. There's a man that loves his wife. All right. I'm about to be out of here. An hour and 9 minutes. About 20 people watching. You guys are fantastic. Appreciate the support. I appreciate you guys watching, and I appreciate everything you guys do for the channel. Stay tuned because we got more videos coming up. I'm going to tell you what. Remember this. God is in control.